In the last episode here on the AfterLife server, we built this amazing map, and I've put it all over the place. You can see him over there barely in the distance, and it was absolutely fantastic. We also finished the bunker, which looks really nice, and we just need a bunch of trophies to fill out the other 7 things. But what are we going to do this episode? Well, this one's also going to be kind of big and take forever, I'm sure. I'm starting to sense a theme to these episodes. But in theory, we could mark off the design, defense, bunker, but I think I just kind of want to leave it there, but in our minds we'll know that one's done. We're going to have to probably do something and start like moving them, shifting them or something with them to indicate when these are complete. But the one I want to work on today is where is it? Aha, these two, terraform the pond and terraform a waterway to the ocean. If you guys remember from, what was the last episode before last one, we were talking about this waterway right here, and we're going to make it run all the way out to the ocean, which is right here. So these are the 2 projects I want to work on. I want to get this giant waterway worked out, so we're going to have to design the shape and start carving things out and filling it with water. We're going to have to do a lot here. But before we can do that, I want to terraform this pond. You can see it's rather shallow, and well, it's not going to be very realistic to have some big ships sitting in this very shallow water. So we're going to do a little bit of this. I'm actually going to have some time lapses, I think, for you guys today. But before we do anything, in the effort to finish this, yeah, this is kind of what the map looks like. How crazy is that? All these angles. Yeah, this is what it takes to get the map in the certain colors. But anyway, while I was running out of blue wool, light blue wool, I needed to go get some a replacement for it. And I thought, well, concrete would be an easy thing. I'm pretty sure there is a gravel biome around here somewhere. And sure enough, there was. But along my way of looking for a gravel biome up over here, there was a guardian temple. And I got hit with the mining fatigue, so I know the big bad guardians are in there. And if we're going to work on the pond today, I think our best option is to actually drain it and then work on it. So I don't have any sponges, so we're going to go tackle a guardian temple real quick, and while we're at it, we're going to get some elder guardian heads for our trophy bunker room thingy. Yeah, that should be fun. Easy peasy. You guys didn't want to see that, right? You can see I got the three heads in my hand. It's done now. It's over. Get over it. I'm gonna go see if this temple even has sponge rooms, because as I was clearing this out, it occurred to me that sometimes they don't have sponge rooms. Well, thank goodness there was at least one sponge room. We got 30, but I've literally only looked in like 2 rooms, so it'd be silly to not check. Sometimes you can get them with 2. I hear they go up to 4. But I don't think I've ever found one with more than 3 rooms. But I'll look anyway. And that's why you always look for a second. Oh, wow. 3 sponge rooms. I think this might be tied for the most sponge rooms I've ever found in one temple. Oh, it's a 4 sponge room temple. Oh my goodness. What do we got now? Almost a stack and a half. Oh, what are we going to have after this? Holy cow. I didn't know these things could spawn with 5 sponge rooms in them. I've never heard of that. Have you guys? Let me know in the comments down below. How many sponge rooms have you found? Look at that. The last room left us with just shy of 2 stacks. So we're going to come out of this place with more than 2 stacks of sponge for one temple. That is insane. Well, at least we don't have to hunt down any more temples, because that was going to get annoying pretty quickly. Okay, so we're going to jump right into a time lapse. I would normally play music with these sorts of things, but I personally been getting a little tired of time lapses. No big deal, we won't jump into that, but we're essentially just draining the entire pond. I had to reach out to KB because there's a little kelp farm on the left-hand side of the castle looking straight at it, and he was apparently saving kelp for something, but he says he's not using it anymore, so we can clear that out, and I actually still need to clear that out, but we're going to clear that out as well. All the water's been done, and we're going to start carving out the pathway leading towards the ocean. This is actually going to take a long time. This whole process took several hours to drain this all out, but I'm happy we found 2 stacks of sponge because we needed it. Like I said, we got permission from KB. He's not using the area anymore, so I went ahead and drained the water out of this side, and it's looking really weird. I know you guys just saw the replay mod zooming through as we were clearing this out. Oh, it's so weird. So we got to decide on a couple of things, right? Like what do we want the base of the water to mostly look like? We could go like a sandy theme and have our cliffs of Dover, which is a nice white color and blends pretty well with the sand itself. But have it blend out and become like mostly just sand down there, and we can have the landmass over there. We are going to keep the landmass and have some like sandy beaches. Like that could actually be a thing. We could have actual beaches, and well, we do have a mining desert, so getting our hands on all the sand won't be terribly difficult. Additionally, we're going to actually carve all this, so we're going to get all this sand out that we can reuse. But yeah, that's I basically just need to figure out how the material is going to work down there, and of course the shape itself. We are going to probably end up using just stone, just straight stone, and outlining where we want the edges to be for the landmass, because right here you can see that top of that sand, that's where the water used to cut through and it's super narrow. We're going to probably cut out this entire peninsula, to be honest, and have our pathway go way out there. I drained out this back half. I'm thinking I want to keep the river as it wraps around. You see we got it just blocked off over there. I was going to keep all that water as default, and we're going to blend it in. I just had to get the water out of the way. I don't know whose this is. I think this is probably Puffing Fish. I know that over there was Puffing Fish at one point, but he has moved. I will double check before messing with all this, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is, and it's probably fine. So yeah, I'm gonna not another time lapse. No, not another time lapse. I'm just gonna mark it out like what you guys saw, and yeah, stop pestering me. As you can see from the random stone blocks leading to the ocean, we have lined up where roughly this waterway is going to go, and it's pretty thick. In fact, it's really thick. You can imagine one or two really big ships could squeeze by each other through this and work their way into the port way over by our base. I'm very excited about this, but if it seems really big and really daunting, that's because it is. And do you know the trick to not feeling overwhelmed by a really big project such as this one? No, seriously, I'm asking you. I'm feeling super overwhelmed right now, and I'm a little nervous I'm not going to finish this. What am I saying? We're totally going to finish this. It just, maybe won't be in a single episode. Or maybe it will. I don't know. I haven't started yet. You know what else we need to start? We need to move all of this storage, because a part of mapping out where the island's going to go, it's sort of, kind of cuts right through the middle of where we have all of our stuff set up, which means pretty much everywhere where the cows and sheep are, it's going to be underwater, and then all of the storage is going to be like right on the edge. And we've been talking about moving this for a while, and I think today's the day. I think we're going to build a little thing up there, and I'm going to pull inspiration. I won't even call it inspiration. I'm going to build it as block for block as I possibly can. I'm going to attempt to build the Blacksmith Shop from Minecraft Dungeons right here, right in this spot, because, well, it's not going to have enough space inside of it for all the storage, but we do need a way down anyway so we can get to our sheep farm that's down there. So I was thinking, if we build that thing up here, it'll look nice. It'll have that sort of purpose to it, where it looks like it's meant to be a thing. But really, we'll just use the tower bit of it as a staircase to go down. So we're actually going to have to go down in there first and figure out where's a good spot to come up from, because that will be the center of our tower. And, well, unless we know where that is, it's going to, that kind of determines a lot. Because if we were to come down right in the center, we're going to be literally on top of it, and I don't want to be on top of it. But somewhere like right here wouldn't be bad. Like if this was the center and the stairs was wrapping around, I wouldn't feel bad about being this close to that. Maybe a little bit more out this way, and then we go directly up from here. So we'll just pop that out, and if we can reach it, I don't think we can reach it. There we go. Got him. So now we know where the center of the tower is going to be. Let's go ahead and re-slab that so we don't have any issues. And, well, we'll be able to get down in here to actually access wool and all that fun stuff. But we'll also carve out a section. We'll put some walls up so it looks nice, and we'll turn this into an actual storage. We're gonna swap over to using barrels. I recently a few weeks ago got a brand new CPU, and you can tell from right here it's an AMD Ryzen Threadripper 3960X 24 core, and I'm pointing that out for the sheer fact of I haven't felt lag on the server at all since getting the new CPU, with the minor exception of connectivity lag, and that's just an issue with my internet provider. And since I haven't been feeling lag, I kind of sort of forgot that chests and armor stands cause quite a bit of player lag. There's apparently a lot of reported lag on the server when people come by my base now, and I totally forgot that was even a thing that could happen. So it's very important that we get that all moved, get the storage set up, and get our pigmen physically out of the way and working, because them just standing here is causing issues for players in the southern half of the shopping district. Apparently this is just close enough that when they're visiting these southern shops, yeah, they're getting pretty big lag spikes, and I'm not a fan of lag spikes, so we're gonna fix that. And fixed it we have. We had a little time lapse there building this little blacksmith thing. There's only really one angle to see this place from. I feel like there should be slightly more detail under this. Perhaps between these beams, replace the string with maybe some gates or something. That might look nice. Maybe do a little storage in that back corner we couldn't see. But ultimately, I think the blacksmith shop turned out really nice. And we got rid of all the armor stands. They're all picked up and moved. But we have moved all of our stuff down into that downstairs right there. You'll notice over here there are no more chests. There's no more smelter. I got rid of all the animals. I kept 2 cows, kept them up here because I thought they'd be a nice touch for the side of this. But because we have the sheep farm down there, I didn't think we really needed sheep anymore. But we can make our way down the tower and into our brand new storage area, and we're using barrels, strictly speaking, because they reportedly don't cause the same sorts of lag that chests do. We still do have chests, however, because of the sheep farm. But I moved the auto smelter back here. I guess I could actually make these barrels, but I don't know. Maybe we can. And we got, of course, all of our soldiers packed away in here. But I think it turned out pretty nice. We have all of our orders moved down here, so we have access to these guys still. And I'm thinking at some point we're going to do a big map project, a 3x5, and we'll do some sort of world map, but pixel art of it, do a pixel art version of it instead of just going through and collecting maps. I think it would look a lot nicer and could be a little bit more fantasy-esque, and we could do custom borders around it, which I think would be really cool. But we'll just put it on top of this, which is why we got gold in the middle, because it's a block that we don't need access to. And with them sitting on top like that, we'll still be able to get into each of these. Of course, this doesn't have a GUI yet, but it will real soon because we are in pre-release 2 of the 1.16, so hopefully we'll be getting that pretty soon-ish. I think most of I don't want to speak for anybody, but I think most of the AfterLife members are on board for not waiting for things like Optifine or anything like that. So as soon as 1.16 has a stable version, and I can't stress that enough, a stable version, I think we might update. Maybe. We'll see. Additionally, I've done a lot of work off camera, and I've been carving out all of the dirt and grass, specifically dirt and grass. I haven't touched the stone yet, going through our waterway. So of course we need to set up some beacons and start carving out all the stone so we can get the right shape. But we're getting there. I'm going to turn my attention for the rest of this episode strictly to the pond, and I think we're going to jump right into another time lapse of carving this out and getting the pawn all worked out. So let's hop right into that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that time lapse. I haven't seen it yet myself. I've actually spent the last few days since recording that time lapse finishing this area. Well, not finishing it. Finishing it enough to give you a little progress update. We're gonna have to call it for this episode. I normally get an episode up at least once a week, but this has taken so long that I'm pretty sure it's been much longer than that. I've even had to rent shovels to get this project even semi-close to done in time. But we need to go through, and for all of these little sections, these connection points, I need to actually blend them and make them connect with their surroundings. And I do want to go through and do some texturing under the water. I was going to do it without flooding it, but I kind of wanted you guys to see it with the water in it, because without, it looks a little funny. I think you really do need to see it with the water. But once we have all we bone meal and we get the plants and stuff growing in there, and we transplant a bunch of fish to the area, it's going to start looking a lot better. As for this section over here across the lake, I'm going to do some custom terraforming. We're going to actually bring the beach up. We're going to slope it up another layer or two in some places, and then we're going to have custom terrain throughout this entire area right here, and we could do some actual building over here. I'm thinking of getting some dock systems worked in alongside with the dock systems that will match that area over there. And I'm very excited about it. It's just that this particular project is taking a really long time, and you can see we're not totally done with it. We still have to do all of that. I need to move the beacon over there and carve all of that out, and it's actually divided with just a temporary wall. But this is going to be deep enough that we're going to need to do some custom cliff side faces on either side. And yeah, that's going to be a whole nother project. I might do a little bit of it on camera next episode, but I'm definitely going to do a lot of it off camera between episodes. Additionally, as we fly in for the landing here, we are going to log off. I'm going to finish this episode, and I got a brand new GPU for the old pooter. And if we look right up there at the top, you see it now says GeForce RTX 2060 Super. We have a brand new GPU, and it may be hard to tell with YouTube's compression, but the game is way smoother. Somehow the smoothest game I've ever played is still somehow smoother than it was before. I don't get it, but hopefully you guys can see that how nice it actually looks through YouTube's compression. But the real thing is, apparently the RTX GPUs have a built-in noise reduction thingy, and I'm excited to try it. And I haven't done it for this clip because I haven't done it for the rest of the clips, and I don't know if it's going to mess it up to have one like that and one without. So I'm excited to try it. But that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't, share with your friends, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one.